Next is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, 1st Chapter, text number 18, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on May 18th, 1976, in Honolulu, Hawaii.
So, Bhakti Yoga, devotional service is so powerful that simply by taking to the Bhakti Yoga according to the rules and regulations, one is supposed to be purified. Yesterday we have discussed Sadri Chini Dhyam Loki Pantha Hema Puto. First of all, we are so ignorant that we do not know what is the aim of life. In modern education, modern civilization, they are so much misled that they do not know what is the aim of life. Ask anybody, very learned scholar, scientist, philosopher, or medical man, engineer, lawyer, so what is the aim of life? Nobody knows. They think, aim of life is drink, be merry and enjoy. That's all. This is the aim of life. So that is not the aim of life. The eat, drink, be merry and enjoy, that is being done by the cats and dogs and hogs. So do you mean to say that this human form of life is also meant for that purpose? No. Human life is meant for understanding what I am, what is God, what is relation, shape with God, why I am here in this material world, why I am suffering. These are the questions for human life. Eating, sleeping, mating, that is wanted, because we have got this body. So, suppose there is car and a driver. So the petrol and grease, these things are required for the car. But you cannot eat petrol and grease and grease. There is nothing. You have to eat something else. So we are thinking that the bodily necessities, petrol and grease, is nothing. That is a mistake. So, therefore they do not know what is the aim of life. And the nature's law is, unless you come to the point of understanding what is the aim of life, the nature will go on punishing you in so many ways. Little mistake will be punished. Devi Sagunoi Mamamaya Durutaya. We have come to this material world and disobeying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, it's like police. As soon as you become outlaw, the police will take you. And the police will go on punishing you unless you become law. This is it. So, without understanding why I am put into the jail, if I simply think that this is all right, let me remain here and suffer the punishment. Jail life is not for happiness, that is everyone knows. Jail life is for punishment. Similarly, in this material world, everything is punishment. But by the illusory energy of thinking, this is all. every step there is punishment. Just study your life or my life. What is that? The beginning from the womb of my mother, when the body is formed, the soul, spirit soul, is injected in the womb of the woman, and then the formation of the body takes place. So the body grows, and now imagine when we are in the womb of the mother, how much difficult position, backed up in a bed, airtight bed. If we, at the present moment, if I put into some airtight condition, within 3 minutes I shall die. Within 3 minutes. But similarly, airtight packed, the child remains within the womb of the mother. It is very, very painful, but by the grace of God, he lives. He lives, otherwise it is suffocating. Just imagine if you are put in the airtight box, tied up, hands and legs, how long you can live? So, we remain in that condition, unconscious state. Then when the body is formed, we get our consciousness. Therefore at the age, when the child is 7 years, at 7 months old, it moves because it feels the pain. So, in this way we have to remain within the womb of the mother, and when the body is formed, the time is right, then by nature's way the child comes out. But he forgets that I was in such condition, now I am relieved. But he forgets the mother or the father or the relative takes him. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung this different condition. So he forgets. That is spell of Maya. Then even in this childhood, there are so many pains. Just like our here children, they are crying, there is no pain. But we cannot understand what is the pain. Suppose some bug is biting, is crying, the mother is thinking that he is hungry. They is not stopping. So that our point is, just try to study this life, how much painful it is. This is the human world. And what to speak of the dog's body, cat's body. You study very minutely, you will find from the beginning of my life in the womb of my mother up to the death point, simply negligible. Simply negligible. Dukhanam prasadam. Krishna said that this material life is dukkhanam, simply full of misery. But under the spell of Maya, we are thinking that we are miserable. That's not bad. Therefore, human life is a chance to get out of this miserable condition. That should be the aim of life. How to get out of this miserable condition of life. That requires knowledge, how we are suffering, how it can be mitigated. The suffering should be ended. The same thing. That unless you become law-abiding to the laws given by God, you will suffer. That is nature. The same principle. Unless you become lawful, the police will give you punishment. Similarly, material nature, that is explained in Bhagavad Gita, Purusha prakriti stopi bhunte tadguna. Where suffering. Because in the material, there are 3-4 million is general. Adhyasmi, adhivauti, adhidvaiti. That is permanent. Besides that, extra miserable condition, due to the age, due to the climate, due to the condition of life. So we have to study this. Why this person, human life begins what? When he begins to say, why? Why answer? So there are different methods how to get out of the suffering condition. Karmi, jnani, yogi. But ultimate, very easy process is if you become a devotee, if you become engaged in Krishna consciousness, then it is very easy. Kema Akutova, then your prosperity, your auspicity is guaranteed. Kema Akutova. Akutova means without any fear. You can keep yourself in Krishna consciousness as it is, the sky. Then your life is secure. Akutova. There was no more fear. Because why? Krishna says, Aham tva sarvapapibha mokkhusta. If you become surrendered to me, and if you keep yourself under my instruction, then I will give you protection. Therefore it is said, Akuto. Then your character will be formed, you will become, you manifest your all good qualities, simply by becoming Narayana Parayana. And so far, atonement, it began this atonement. The atonement is concerned, here it is said, Prayaschittani, Chinnani, Narayana Paramukha. You can have some atonement, but if you are bereft of Krishna consciousness, so this purification will not be complete. How Rajendra, Surakumbha Vivaho, according to Vedic civilization, a pot in which wine was kept, it is impure forever. It is impure forever. You cannot use for any other purpose. It is so abominable. If you think that this bottle contains wine, now wine is finished, wash it, then it becomes pure. Then according to Vedic civilization, wine is so impure that in the pot in which wine was kept, it will never become pure. Surakumbha. These examples outsiders cannot understand, but it is said in this Shastra. So, we have to understand what is the aim of life. Aim of life is go back home, back to God. Unless we understand this, our life is in darkness. Nothing we do Shastra, nothing we show. Durasayadi Bhajirastava. We are trying to be happy in this place, miserable condition. Manufacturing so many ways of life. At the modern age, they are thinking that if we got a very nice car and nice residence and quarter and nice wife, people also do not care now for the wife. They want car. That is essential. Although at any moment we can meet accidental place. So, this is not the aim of life. The aim of life is described how to go back to home. That is our aim of life. That we must engage ourselves in devotional service of Krishna consciousness. Then our life will be successful. Otherwise, we shall continue to drag the miserable condition of life, we may change in different ways, but it will never be successful.